Ladies and gentlemen, it is now official. DCP party has finally announced the date, the day, and the time Rigathi Gachagua will land back into the country.
Members across the Republic, fellow citizens, it is with pride that we announce the return of our party leader, His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua, following a highly successful official tour of the United States of America. I am pleased to announce to the country that his plane will land at the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport on Thursday, 21st August 2025 at exactly 12 noon. During his highly successful USA visit, His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua, our party leader, met Kenyans in Seattle.
I listened very closely and paid very close attention to each and every word uttered by Cleophas Malala when he was addressing the nation. And I've also gone through the reaction of Rigathi Gachagua's allies, and they are declaring the day a public holiday. Ladies and gentlemen, in this video, I want us to talk about that particular day, the objectives. But first of all, in case you're watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support, because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, I listened to Malala, and there are two parts of his speech which caught my attention. First of all, let us listen to this part.
Honorable Nelson Koech, the chairperson of the National Assembly Defense, Intelligence and Foreign Relations Committee, has revealed another calculated provocation, a plan to divert His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua's flight to Mombasa or Kisumu International Airports so that they deny him an opportunity to give a much anticipated address to the nation. This disruptive plan by a paranoid regime will not only disrupt the travel plans of innocent passengers, but also risk damaging Kenya's foreign relations. Our message is simple. We will not be intimidated. If they divert the plane, our supporters in Kisumu and Mombasa will turn those airports into oceans of DCP colors and defiance. This threat is not new. It is part of a sustained campaign to cripple the opposition with brutality.
Do you think, in your own opinion, that the government will interfere with the arrival of Rigathi Gachagua? For me, if there's one thing the government of Kenya will not do, is to interfere with the arrival of Rigathi Gachagua. There's one thing which William Ruto knows so well, that if the opposition can unite, they can easily defeat him. So William Ruto will never allow the opposition to unite, which means William Ruto will work day and night to try and split the opposition. And how can William Ruto split the opposition? Splitting opposition in Kenya is very simple. Just ensure that Rigathi Gachagua becomes a presidential candidate. We know Rigathi Gachagua was impeached. And because he was impeached, there is no way he can run. But that matter is before court, which means the court can actually rule in favor of Rigathi Gachagua. And the government can easily do that so that Rigathi Gachagua becomes eligible to run. How is that relevant to what I'm trying to explain? What I'm trying to explain is that the government is setting a trap for Rigathi Gachagua and his supporters at the North Sea. And the government is going to ensure that Rigathi Gachagua becomes so popular through the homecoming, just the way Linjiru did for Moi. I want you guys to listen to Linjiru explaining how they convinced Moi and worked very hard to ensure that Matiba was received so well to an extent that he saw himself in status. That's exactly what is going to happen.
So Moi looked at the wave against him and the Kanu establishment. Then he told me, let's pack up and go.
Oh.
Yes.
In 1992?
Yes.
He wanted to leave?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
He said, you cannot win this. I told him, no, we are not going anywhere. Give me time. He said, do you have a formula? I said, we shall craft one.
Okay.
So I telephoned a few friends, somebody from the intelligence, Kalenjin, some Kikuyus who are Borokano. We crafted a formula. So we told him, we want so many million, a couple of millions of shillings. And he said, are you going to manage? We said, we are going to manage. We went to government printer. We told the government printer was a lawyer called Sheldon Muchilwa. I think he was from Bonyore. We shall kill you. What we are going to do here, you shut up. We want hundreds of thousands of posters ikiwa na picha ya Matiba. And if you make any noise, we will finish you. Sema sawa. Posters ikatoka. Tuko na vijana kuwalipa kuweka kila mahali. Matiba for president. Tukaona Kamaru, musician from Murang'a, Dika Kamau, and other musicians. Chukua pesa, tunga nyimbo, za kusifu Matiba. Now when Matiba was coming from London, we organized bus, magari ya parastato. Ikatolewa namba, tukaweka namba ya raia. Kupeleka watu who are friendly from Rift Valley. Kati Matiba alifika airport, wakifanya hivi, found us here. He went mad with excitement. Alipoulizwa, who will be the president? Akasema, let the people decide. Ameruka Kibaki sasa. So now, we convinced Matiba's press that people in the Rift Valley are so excited about Matiba's entry into the presidential race. They would like for him to face it. Tukaorganize watu kutoka STEM Hotel mpaka hapa Union Combine. Tukanjaza watu wakumshangilia na posters. Now we knew newspapers might downplay, so we bought space ya kuweka hiyo picha na nini. Tukaita Shikuku, tukampatia milioni 5. Tukamwambia hiyo, go and convince some of the parliamentary aspirants to run with the Matiba's party. So akina Benjamin Magwaga, Javan Omani, Nicodemus Ganiri, Apili Wawire, tukapata hao kapatia pesa ya kusimama. Unaelewa?
Yes.
So tukamwambia aalike Matiba kule aone vile anapendwa. So tukaambia Shikuku sema na Kiluya ile ya ndani kabisa. Mchague Matiba manake ni mgonjwa, akikufa ni mimi nitachukua. Akasema bila halala. Sasa Matiba afuire. Alafu akauliza Matiba. Si Matiba ni kweli? Matiba akasema ni kweli. But he did not know what agreeing to.
Yes.
Nasikia?
Yes.
So now within Kikuyu area kukawa narrative. Kiambu wametoa Kenyatta. So Murang'a ndio inatakiwa itoe president. Unasikia?
Yes. Yes.
Na Nyeri hivi. Lakini Nyeri wakakataa wakakwama na Kibaki. So Kiambu na wao hawataki Kibaki. So Kiambu wakaingia kwa Matiba na Murang'a. So Nyeri part of Kirinyaga wengi wakaingia kwa Kibaki. So na Raila wakagawanya. So that is how we got in.
The second part is where he's talking of the government abducting Rigathi Gachagua. Listen in.
While our party leader was abroad, forging a path for democracy renewal, the regime was hatching a dangerous and cold-blooded plot. Deputy President Kithure Kindiki and Interior Minister Kipchumba Murkomen have shamelessly issued public threats to arrest His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua upon his arrival. Intelligence reaching us points to a scheme so evil, so cowardly, that it chills the soul. Their intent is to subject our party leader to slow and silent assassination by poisoning, the very same cruel method once inflicted on the late Kenneth Matiba.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're to ask me, there is no way the government of Kenya can attempt to abduct, injure Rigathi Gachagua currently. If anything, if there's one individual the government of Kenya would want to protect 100%, is Rigathi Gachagua. Because right now, if Rigathi Gachagua were to catch a flu, it would be blamed on the government. Rigathi Gachagua was impeached, and we all know how that impeachment has affected William Ruto. William Ruto knows anything can happen to anybody today in the Republic of Kenya, but not to Rigathi Gachagua. Just like previously, no government would have wanted to harm Raila Odinga because of the consequences. If anything were to happen to Rigathi today, I can assure you, the country can easily shut down. That is the fact, ladies and gentlemen. But what is the objective which DCP party intends to achieve through this massive homecoming? Before I do that, allow me to also introduce you guys to a movie which a friend of mine referred me to. Freedom Through Solidarity. It's about apartheid and how USSR helped them in securing their freedom. Very interesting story. I'm going to pin the link to that story in the comment section. Ladies and gentlemen, this is something I've been explaining. Number one, they want to gain the momentum for 2027. Raila Odinga perfected this. It has been used before. They are going to ensure that day all Rigathi Gachagua's supporters from the mountain are brought to Nairobi. Hopefully, Nairobi will come to a standstill. They'll use that momentum for their 2027 politics moving forward. And if it's going to flop, then it's going to be a problem. And personally, that's why sometimes most of Rigathi Gachagua's allies or supporters on this platform thinks that Lee, you hate Rigathi. That's not the fact. For example, if you listen to that statement by Malala, it left several gaps. Malala is claiming that the government wants to harm Rigathi on his arrival and arrest him. At the same time, he's claiming that the same government wants to divert his flight. Things which really are just confusing. The thing is, they intend to use the trip or the arrival for the momentum, which is going to work if it will be successful. But if it will flop, number two, they are also intending to use it to make Rigathi Gachagua the official opposition leader in Kenya. This is what they plan to do. They want to make the day so big. Other opposition leaders will then line up at the airport to receive Rigathi. Kalonzo, Malala, and the group. If they will do that, they shall have succeeded in making those opposition leaders appear to be subordinate to Rigathi. And that's why I want to offer my unsolicited advice to the team, to the rest of the opposition. Let Rigathi Gachagua organize his homecoming. Let him come back into the country, his supporters, but don't go and receive him. If you receive him, that's the day you'll surrender to him. That's politics. And lastly, there is the by-elections which are upcoming. They need that momentum for those by-elections. I'm 100% sure that most of the aspirants for those seats will line up at the airport. They will bring their supporters. And after that, I'm 100% sure the next stop would be one of those constituencies. And maybe you never know. Maybe they just want to provoke William Ruto and Kenya Kwanza by shutting down the airport. That's something which we know during the Azimio protest. Those protests, the airport, when Raila was coming back, Rigathi was with the government, So we want to see how it's going to turn out. Until next time, this is Makwiny. Bye-bye.